Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show, as we go into our final segment. My guest is Dr. Melissa Santilli, and she's the CEO and founder of Honey Dental. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, one of the things I love about your practice is that you really take a holistic view of your patients. Why don't you explain that?
So my practice named Honey Dental because I want people to feel whenever they think of honey, you think of someone you love and someone you cherish. So I want them to feel that sense of comfort and that they will be treated like a family member when they come into my practice, and that we want to get to know them as a human being of, where they're coming from, who their family is, and what they're coming in for. And that way we can kind of figure out how does dentistry apply into helping them reach their happiness in life, whether that's getting their next job promotion, whether that's dating. There's a lot of reasons why people come into the dental office, and we want to help them kind of achieve that. But on the other hand, we also focus on the safety aspects of dentistry. We want to make sure that everything we provide is biocompatible, and that when we remove silver fillings, which has mercury, that we do it safely so they don't breathe it in, they don't swallow it. And then also we use only biocompatible products, so we don't put any metal in their mouth. It's mostly porcelain or resins that do not have BPA.
Well, I know one of the things that you pride yourself on is just when people come in, their experience is different. You've created almost a spa-like feeling to your practice, haven't you?
Yes. So I do have a water massage bed in my office for the patients that are a little bit more nervous. So a lot of times they'll do that first before they even would sit down in the dental chair, so that their blood pressure actually drops quite a bit because the water massage relaxes them more naturally. They release a lot of endorphins in their mind and they're more calm. Also, every dental chair is massaged as well, and we have TVs on the ceilings for them to distract them from what we're actually doing, and we kind of joke around with them and just cater to what they feel is, more comfortable.
And you have a great staff. Why don't you kind of describe your staff for the team?
So I love the people I work with because I chose them for their personalities, for how they make other people feel, how they make me feel. And that translates to the whole team atmosphere and the team culture. And so when people come in, they develop individual relationships with my assistants, with the front desk personnel, and everybody loves to joke around with our patients because they just have this family feel to it. And so everybody I select, I don't really select based on their skills. I select based on who they are as people, because I feel skills can be trained, but I can't train their personalities.
Well, and I want to also applaud you because a lot of people in medicine or dentistry are not good marketers. They just don't know how to get the word out. And you are very well branded. We met, I think it was last weekend at an event, and you had this. Why don't you describe it for me? You have a whole little marketing kit that you hand to people. Yeah,
so I like to appeal to people in the way that kind of makes sense to me, because my practice is more holistic. So sometimes I would hand out coconut oil to help them, kind of clean their mouth in a more gentle way to reduce the chemicals that they're used to. Sometimes I hand out, a honey pop to kind of let them know that, we're Honey Dental to, get them to remember me. So I kind of try to find creative ways to let them know that I'm a little different and that, they might like that I'm a little quirky and creative. So.
And I think what's happened in dentistry in the last few years is pretty amazing. You can pretty much take anybody, no matter how badly they've neglected their teeth, and give them a whole new smile, can't you?
Yes. So I love the way that I can transform people's smiles, whether, they're coming in just for more basic front teeth filling restoration to more cosmetic, all porcelain, full mouth restoration. I love being able to take them from a place in their life where they're afraid to smile to confidently smiling every day. I've seen people get job promotions, find love in their personal lives because of the smile that they're able to have.
Well, I've always thought, many people will spend a lot of money on a car and then they neglect their teeth. And not everybody's going to see the car that you drive, but everybody sees your smile.
Yes.
It's so important, isn't it?
Yeah, whenever you meet a new person, a lot of times they will look at your smile first, just because people gravitate to that, and that's how they really feel a connection to you based on, how well that, they feel that you're introducing yourself and feeling confident about yourself. And I feel that, being able to transform that smile into something that you're proud of, it helps to enhance people's confidence in many ways in their lives too.
Why do you think people are so afraid of the dentist?
I think, dentistry has changed quite a bit since a couple decades ago. Now dentistry is more about making sure you're comfortable. There's a lot more technology that's available that wasn't available decades ago. And now it can help transform people's experience to lessen any kind of pain, to distract them from any actual dentistry that they have negative feelings towards. So we have many ways to make sure that when people are cared for in our office, that they don't feel any discomfort and that they're completely comfortable and happy with their experience.
Do they teach bedside manner in dentistry school? I mean, do you learn that, or is that something you just pick up on your own?
I think that's definitely based on the personality of the dentist. And I'm pretty easygoing, and I like to joke around with patients, and I want to make sure that they know that I know who they are as people. And sometimes dentistry may not be the most important thing in their lives, but sometimes dentistry is the way to get them to the next step. So I help them find the meaning in, what the value of what they're investing in their teeth. And then if that's not, what they're interested in, I'm not really that pushy. I just kind of go with the flow. And
you're located your practice in an area that's really booming, isn't it? Describe where your office is located.
So I'm located on 380, which is kind of cutting across the top of Dallas. It's really growing because there's a lot of homes being built there, and it's an easy access to the road. And so I'm from Indiana, and I like the kind of the farm feel of that area, but I feel like that area is really developing really fast right now.
Yeah, every time I drive across 380, I see new restaurants and whole subdivisions that I didn't remember from the last time, and how did all this stuff happen?
Yeah, I love the vibrancy, and everybody that comes into practice, they moved here because a career change, because they're starting a family, and they bought a new home, and so I love hearing the stories about, how they got to that point and now ended up in my office and learning about where their journey is going to.
I think that's cool. And the relationships people have with a dentist, I mean, that can go on for decades, can't it?
Yes. So my focus with my practice is that I do want these relationships to be meaningful for a long term. So that's why the products I use in their mouth, I want to make sure it can last them 30 years or more, something that I would be proud of in my own mouth. And so I don't really recommend products that I feel may be damaging a couple years down the road or not in their best interest to invest in at that point in time.
I think something that few people know is that the plaque that you see on your teeth can actually be an early indicator of heart disease, can't it?
Yeah, so we actually are very preventative practice. So we do educate patients quite a bit. We spend a lot of time letting them know, the relationship between your oral health and your overall health. And we do network with a lot of doctors, chiropractors, holistic practitioners, in case they do need something further beyond what we can do in dentistry to help them. We do care about, how they're sleeping at night, if the mother is able to breastfeed properly with the baby, and if they have any health issues that they feel is related to their dental care.
You sent me an email earlier this week with several wonderful stories. What's one of your favorite stories of your practice so far?
So the stories that really touch me are when people come to me and just tell me they're really grateful for how a smile has transformed their personal life. And so I have so many stories that, kind of touch me in many ways. I had a patient just come in yesterday that said, I'm in your office because I have a friend, and he pulled up his Facebook and he said, I've known her for so many years, and every single picture, she's never smiled. She always smiles with her mouth closed. But after she came to see you, now every single picture, she's smiling with vibrant, smile, and she's so proud and she's so happy, and that's what I want. And so people are looking for happiness.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
It's such a blessing. How long have you been practicing?
I've been practicing since 2013, but I started my own practice in 2015, right out of a few years right out of dental school, because I want to make sure I can control the environment to make sure I can develop a safe environment for my patients so that we can remove amalgam safely
Okay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we're out of time. But the website is
honeydental.com.
Awesome. We'll see everybody next week.
Thank you so much.